There's a dirty secret in the credit game, and some of the biggest players in the industry are finally admitting it. Credit repair does not work. Today, we'll dig into why that is, what's wrong with the current system, and what you can do instead to remove illegal, inaccurate, obsolete information from your credit report. My name is Michael Wasylik. I'm one of the lawyers here at Ricardo & Wasylik in Florida, and together with my partner, Jason Ricardo, when debt collectors give you hell, we help you give it back. And today we're going to talk about the broken credit system, why credit repair doesn't work, and what you can do instead. Now, some of the biggest players in the industry have finally admitted.
But I'm here to tell you that credit repair is definitely dead.
Now, if you don't know who that is, he's got a great video. I'll put a link in the description below about all the things that are wrong with the credit repair industry today. And he even goes and breaks down the sales pitch for one of the players in the organization. It's definitely worth a watch, so check that link in the description below. Now today, I'm going to run through some of the legal roadblocks you're probably running into if you're trying to have somebody help you fix your credit. I'm going to tell you why the law doesn't allow them to make the promises that some of them are making and why they can't get the results that they're promising you. It's important for you to know these legal roadblocks so you can understand when a credit repair organization is lying to you or scamming to you or just plain wrong so that you can protect yourself from being taken advantage of. And it helps you figure out what your most likely path to success is when you are tackling your own credit problems. There are two main laws that dictate what happens in credit reporting and credit repair. Those two laws are the Fair Credit Reporting Act passed in 1970 and the Credit Repair Organization Act passed in 1996. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, or the FCRA, was passed in 1970 to address abuses by the credit reporting industry. It generally gives you the right to know what's in your credit report, to get copies of your credit report, and to dispute items in that report that are inaccurate or obsolete. It also requires that the credit reporting agencies make a reasonable investigation of any dispute that you send them in order to ensure that your information is accurate and timely and complete. And it provides you for the right to sue the credit reporting agencies if they fail to make that reasonable investigation of your dispute. The Credit Repair Organizations Act, CROA, was passed in 1996 to stop what were seen as abuses by folks in the credit repair industry who are making false promises to people, taking advantage of people, and flooding the system with inaccurate, fraudulent disputes and reports. It put a number of restrictions on credit repair organizations, including the way they market and advertise. They're not allowed to make false promises. They're not allowed to charge upfront fees, and other restrictions that are very important that limit their ability to take advantage of people who are seeking help with their credit. There are 5 reasons why credit repair is dead, and the people selling it to you online are selling you something they can't deliver. The first reason is rooted in the FCRA itself. That law provides you the right to dispute inaccurate, obsolete, or otherwise unverifiable information. But what it doesn't give you the right to do is delete anything that's truthful, accurate, and complete. That means if there's something on your credit report that you wish wasn't there, the only way for you to get that removed is to find some way in which that information is breaking the legal requirements for accuracy, timeliness, and completeness. And if you find a way that that information is somehow inaccurate or obsolete, then you have a right to dispute that. But if it's complete, accurate, and timely, there's probably not going to be a lot you can do except to wait. The second reason credit repair is dead flows out of that first reason. Because so many people want to remove items from the report that is actually accurate and timely, there's a lot of credit repair organizations that used to advise to submit false disputes or false information to credit bureaus, and that, under CROA, is flat out illegal. Credit repair organizations are not allowed to make false promises in their marketing about what they can and can't do, and most importantly, they are not allowed to make or advise you to make false representations to the credit bureaus in order to delete information that's otherwise not removable. Submitting false information in a dispute to a credit bureau or advising someone else to do it is a violation of federal law. So if you're dealing with somebody who's telling you, for example, to file a false ID theft report or file a dispute that has false information on it, you're dealing with somebody who doesn't care about the law. If they're willing to break the law for you, they're also willing to break the law against you. And that means you should run and never look back. And the third reason credit repair is dead is because there's a lot of organizations out there, there's a lot of so-called gurus out there who just don't care about the law. They will tell you to file false reports to the bureaus. They will tell you to file false reports to your Attorney General or the Better Business Bureau or the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It's partially because the things they know how to do don't really work, and so they have to resort to fraud in order to try and gum up the works. Are there credit repair organizations out there that are above board, that are legit? There are, but it's very hard to know who those are from the outside. So if you're dealing with some credit repair guru, you want to be very careful. Pay attention. If they tell you to report something that's false or you think is illegal, that is somebody you probably shouldn't be dealing with. And that leads us to the fourth reason. Credit reporting agencies are more likely to ignore disputes if they can tell they're coming from a credit repair organization, because they will deem them to be fraudulent even when they're not. They can easily tell when a credit repair organization has generated a letter on your behalf because these folks use the same templates all the time, every time. It's a very easy pattern for them to spot. And if they know that you're using a credit repair organization, it's very easy for them to deny those on the pretext that the CRO is submitting a fraudulent dispute. And that puts the burden back on you to prove that the dispute is real. So it's almost always a good idea to avoid anyone that's going to use template letters or form letters in order to send disputes to credit bureaus. Also, because some credit repair organizations have the tactic of so-called flooding the zone, where they dispute every single item on a credit report, credit bureaus will automatically reject those because they know that type of tactic is meant to overwhelm their system. So instead of actually processing them, they'll just shut them down entirely. And that leads us to reason number 5. What happens when a credit reporting agency ignores a dispute from a credit repair organization? Usually nothing. The advice you'll hear from most of these credit repair organizations, these credit gurus, is, well, if the dispute doesn't get fixed, either send another letter, which again will be ignored, or to make a report to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau or the Better Business Bureau. But here's the thing. Credit reporting agencies don't care about the Better Business Bureau. You're not their customer, and they don't care what you think their reputation is. The CFPB almost never takes action on behalf of individuals. They will process a complaint and they will process the response of the agency if you have a complaint about them. But unless they see a pattern across hundreds or thousands of disputes, they're generally not going to take action against any individual credit reporting agency. And when they do, it's on behalf of hundreds or thousands of people who all have a similar problem. Your individual problem is not going to be part of the CFPB's agenda. So if your credit repair guru is telling you that you need to file a complaint with the Attorney General or the Better Business Bureau or the CFPB, you know that they have no backup plan for when the credit reporting agency, for when the credit bureaus ignore their disputes. That means they're totally toothless. In the real world, there's only one way to make a credit bureau sit up and take notice, and that's to cost them money. Now, the good news about that is that the FCRA provides that if a credit bureau fails to make a reasonable investigation and fix any errors on your credit report, then you have a right to sue them for damages caused by that. So if you're trying to buy a house and you get denied for a mortgage, or you have a higher interest rate than you otherwise would have had because of some mistake on your credit report, or if you've lost a job because somebody falsely reported that you owe a debt, then you have damages that you can sue them for if you've handled your disputes in the proper way. I'm going to put a video on screen now that tells you how to get free legal help to sue a credit reporting agency when they break the law by reporting illegal, inaccurate information on your report and fail to respond to a dispute. So if you need help getting a lawyer, you'll want to watch that video next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.